Welcome, guys, to the Big Podcast Network. This is the Purple Show. It is our second last one of the season, I believe.
Yeah.
We've got another one next week just to cover. Unless we're going to do one after the Champions League final, because that was not next week.
I mean, it's not in the. I don't know what the schedule is looking like.
Champions League final is 30th of May, I think.
Yeah, so we might have another one actually.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be good to cover it.
Champions League
It's a
special.
short Ballon d'Or as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But today we are doing like we did last week. But I'm going to introduce our hosts. We got Ronnie, like last week. Lloyd, like last week. We've got Dan back with the Purple Show. When was the last time you were on a Purple Show, mate?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
I think. Yeah, wasn't here last week. Week before that, I was there.
Okay.
I think. Oh, no, I didn't do purple week before
You
that.
didn't do the purple,
I did
no.
black and blue only.
But we're missing
Been a while.
Henry. We're missing Jamie. Well, missing's a strong word.
Hey, there's no one doing an Eredivisie little section, no?
I know, but...
Or are you doing Eredivisie?
You mentioned the Eredivisie.
Yeah. Or are you just doing a quick glaze
Bottle
over
jobs.
Oh, Ajax, the bottle jobs.
Yeah. As we said last week, which I think got changed just before the podcast came out.
Yeah.
Ajax were 1 point ahead, and then they bottled it,
Mm-hmm.
and PSV won.
Yeah.
It was a mental back and forth on the final game of the season between
Yeah,
the two of them.
because Ajax did win their game.
Yeah.
But it's just unlucky that PSV came back.
I'm pretty sure Ajax went ahead, then PSV went ahead, and then Ajax were drawing, then PSV were drawing, then Ajax went back ahead, so then they were still winning the league,
Yeah.
and then PSV won.
I've just seen Jamie's head.
And there was
in the
there was a
group chat.
disallowed goal as well. Weghorst's
Yes.
first goal was disallowed
Yeah.
first.
So, I mean, if you watch the videos of like the fans and stuff in the stadium, you
Because I
can just see a
remember,
massive.
I remember
Yeah.
in the chat where there's like Jamie's going like Weghorst, and then 2 minutes later
Yeah.
it's like, "F off."
Season's over.
Yes.
I'm done.
Because the game before, the team equalised with Ajax in the 99th minute.
Yeah.
And all the PSV fans stayed in the stadium, all the PSV players and the staff stayed in the stadium to wait till the end of it, and I bet they were glad they waited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
For real.
Crazy.
No one wanted to win that league, did they?
No, because they bottled it first.
Yeah.
They were the
Yeah.
first team to bottle it. They were like 12 points clear, I think it was, or something. It might not be the exact number, but they were so far ahead, and then they just went on a barren run of not winning in like 4 or 5. They might have had one win in between it, but it was so inconsistent. And then Ajax, what was it, 9 points
9
clear
points
with
clear.
4 games to go?
And I think
Bottled it
they
completely.
lost, drew, and then they won the last game of the season. But
Yeah.
the lost draw, coughed
And
them
then
up.
their
really
managers
bad.
left as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Who do you think replaces him?
Ten Hag back.
Ten
I do
Hag,
think it's
yeah.
Ten Hag.
Really?
Yeah. I think that'd be an interesting to see how it goes.
To be fair, it wouldn't be like outrageous to say that's his level.
No.
Well, I mean, he did better.
Well,
at
you know
United
what?
than
I would say
Amorim.
he's done better in the Premier
Well,
League
yet.
than Amorim. Like, I don't think United would be in 17th with Ten Hag.
No,
No,
but I
just-
think,
I
you've,
think they would have been
18th
still in top
game.
10.
I think you've got to wait for him though.
I think
you've got to
Amorim
give him
could-
a
yeah.
season. Like I've seen United fans, they say they just
Yeah,
want,
they
they want
want
to get
one
rid of
more
him
year.
and then get someone else in, and then some want one more
Yeah.
year. Like you can't just keep on switching managers every season and hoping that it's going to work.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't. But Ten Hag was not good enough.
No.
So, but he did well at Ajax, so maybe he'll do well there
Mm.
again.
I mean, to be fair, Ten Hag's won a trophy every season now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To be fair.
but the
Arteta's taken 6 years to win one. So.
Well,
he won one.
Well, Crystal Palace's manager has managed to, in 2 seasons, do what Arteta's done in 6.
Yeah,
That's true.
Exactly.
Pretty
Very
decent.
true.
Start
I'll have a glass
slating
now.
Arsenal on the Purple Show.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do it. I'm there for it. Let's go.
But it's funny you mentioned we spoke about Amorim because we do cover the Europa League and European competitions on here.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about tonight, mate?
I don't know. It's just there, innit? I'm so used to now not overexciting myself in finals because I just know how they normally go. So I'm expecting to lose. So then if we win, I'm a lot happier.
Fair enough.
You should just
Yeah.
bet on United winning, bro.
If you bet on
So
United
if-
to win, then you
so
still
if you-
Nah,
So
I'm
if you
not
win-
that sort of
But that's
person.
still not a win-win, really.
It's
is
not a
it?
win-win.
If you
You'd
whack 20 quid on and win like £200, it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah,
But would you-
100%.
Yeah, but would you?
Would you pay £20 for Spurs to win the Europa League?
To win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
Well, I'd
if it-
pay,
if it
I'd
meant
pay a
they
lot of
win.
money for them to win Europa
that's
League, yeah.
exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. Because they
No,
don't win.
well, no, I could just not put on anything and let them play
Exactly.
football.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
Roddy.
I'm saying
That's a
you're
smart thing to do.
You're
Well
hedging
done.
your bets. Like, if Chelsea win the Champions League final, hey, whack 30 quid on the other team to win, and then I still get a load of money out of
Yeah.
it.
Or I can earn 40 quid and watch Spurs win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not earning anything.
Just don't bet.
Well, I
guys.
am if
That's
I win
the
it.
moral of the
Don't bet.
moral of the story. Don't bet.
Or bet safely. At least, if you're gonna bet.
If you're gonna bet. Same with drinking responsibly.
Yeah,
Exactly that.
Exactly.
Kian.
Kian.
He tried to climb in a bin on
Yeah.
Tuesday night?
Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah.
Send the photo to whoever's edit.
Yeah. Send it to Lachlan.
Wait, there's a photo?
Yeah.
He doesn't even remember.
Send that to Lachlan.
Why was he climbing in bin?
Just for the fun of it,
He
mate.
was sober.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Evidently.
Classic maneuvers.
Sober.
Yeah.
But who do you
Yeah.
guys want to win the Europa League?
United.
Tottenham.
United.
I
don't want Tottenham to win for Tottenham. The only people I want it for Sonny and Ange. That's the only two people I'd be like happy for. But I don't want Tottenham to win.
A really interesting point that I saw a Chelsea fan make is he actually wants Spurs to win because then they're the only club in London that's of the big three, so to speak, that hasn't won a European trophy. Is
Arsenal.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we have won a European trophy,
No,
but,
but like
yeah,
recently.
recently, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
Arsenal
crazy.
have never won.
No, I know.
Yeah, they haven't won
Oh
anything
no,
yet.
my mates were claiming Cup Winners' Cup. They were claiming it.
That's like, you know, when I
Winners'
said it in
Cup.
the group chat the other day, I literally didn't know Tottenham have won the Europa League like back in 17.
Went twice.
or whatever. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I was like,
Long time ago.
wait,
70,
Arsenal
right?
really are the only ones that have zero. Like they have nothing.
Cup Winners' Cup does not count.
Yeah, no, that does not count.
No.
We won it twice as well. Like so.
Yeah, but we're a small club, right?
Clearly.
Apparently.
Clearly.
Yeah. The team that's won Champions League
Twice.
must be smaller than the other team who's not won anything. No.
Yeah.
No, they, like
It doesn't work.
I do think Chelsea are they are bigger.
I saw an interesting question.
No.
That is an interesting debate.
Okay.
Yeah. I get it. I think
That's why it's a debate, though.
Yeah.
history-wise, if you look at
It's a good clip.
throughout
Continue.
Yeah, exactly. Throughout like the part like their earlier history, then you could say, but past 20 years, Chelsea have just blown them out of the
25
water.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely blown them out of the water.
The way I define a bigger club though is just who has the most fans. That is sort
Right.
of my definition. And
Bro,
I
we
feel
see
like
Chelsea-
Arsenal
I
could have more.
actually-
But there are a lot of Chelsea.
on the
There are a
way
lot of
to-
Chelsea fans globally. There are a lot.
On the way to the airport this morning, my driver, he's Spanish, but he was born in Nigeria, right? And we were talking about football, and he said, yeah, Africa, basically, most of Africans all support Chelsea. Because Drogba, Essien,
and
and
Mikel. Yeah.
Like, that's Nigeria, Ivory Coast,
Yeah.
and Ghana. And obviously
Cameroon as well.
Cameroon as well.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Solomon Kalou. You know?
Yeah, Kalou was there, Ivory
Malouda,
Coast.
but he was
Malouda's French, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's from African heritage as well.
Yeah, I think so.
No, he is.
Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
shit.
Aubameyang.
though.
Aubameyang's
Arsenal.
Aubameyang would be more for Arsenal. Yeah.
No, but, you know what I mean? It's just...
Sign the thing.
No, but yeah, like Chelsea's massive, bro. They're huge.
So, I guess we're speaking about Chelsea. Obviously, got the Conference League. Maresca's come out and said that he's not happy with the amount of time that Chelsea have between our last game of the season and the Conference League final compared to Real Betis, who play on a Friday, we play on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And the game's on a Wednesday.
It's very interesting because the second to last game of the season in La Liga was all at the same time. But they've scheduled it differently.
I think La Liga always do that though.
They
Especially
do.
Madrid. They
Yeah, but
always
have-
do it for Madrid.
Yeah, but they've scheduled Real Betis' game.
But
to be
usually on the
Yeah.
final
Only
day of the
game in the Liga
season,
on a Friday.
they're all on at the same time.
Yeah.
But they've gone. Some's on that game's on a Friday. There's like
Only
4 or
one.
5 on a
You know-
Saturday, 4 or 5 on a Sunday, like a regular game week.
Yeah.
La
Which I
Liga
find so
reminds me of
interesting.
like that kid who would always like be such a sore loser. That's what they seem like to me.
For La Liga.
Yeah, it's like when their Barcelona can't do well. Okay, here have 3 transfers. You know, you can transfer an extra period of window. When they brought Branthwaite in,
Gifted them
Branthwaite.
Daniel.
Oh yeah, Martin
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Braithwaite.
Like, why do they get an extra few days? Why? Because they're Barcelona. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It was even when they had the Copa del Rey final, wasn't it, with all the referee drama, and like
Yeah.
Real Madrid were planning to just not play the game
That's
because
what I mean.
they
They
didn't
just-
like the
That was a
referee.
show. That
Like-
was a
Yeah.
show. We did cover that on the post.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
did,
they
didn't we?
throw
Another
the
time,
toys
yeah.
out the pram a lot.
Yeah, no. But yeah, it is interesting that they asked the team that are scheduled on the Friday
Yeah.
in comparison to the other 9 games, which
So
are on
it's
the Saturday and the
5
Sunday.
Saturday, 4 Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's just
yeah.
it's bizarre.
Who's
But
gonna win
we're
anyway?
gonna win anyway.
Chelsea.
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 So
Unfortunately.
Anthony's gonna get PTSD when he sees Premier League opposition and it'll turn into like OG Anthony, you know?
But if Antony scores in that final,
Oh my God.
No, but
Wow.
the thing is, a lot like I
Wow.
think 3 of his last 4 goals have been bangers, like
Yeah,
absolute
free
rippers.
kick.
I
like,
can't believe he's using his
volley.
right foot. That's what shocks me the most.
I mean, even the what's his name, the keeper said it, no, or something like that. Someone said it that they're shocked that Anthony did. use his right foot.
Well, he never used it at
we've-
United.
Yeah, we've all been fooled
Yeah.
by FIFA's, what was it, like 2-star weak foot that used to
Yeah.
have. It wasn't 1 star, it might have even been 1 star.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
No, in the Premier League, he only uses left.
He,
Yeah.
he never used his right foot in the
Never
Premier
used
League.
No.
left foot.
No, it's like Almiron. I remember watching a game, Newcastle-Leicester, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was in a PlayStation park with a mate, and we were just counting how many times he touched the ball with his right foot. Throughout the whole 90 minutes, it was about 3 times.
Damn.
Like, constantly on his left foot.
Well, an interesting thing I think I've found is I believe if Real Betis win the Conference League, then Osasuna in 9th place can still get Europe,
Yes.
because obviously the place gets moved down because they won a European trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we're talking about obviously a lot on the Gold Show about how we can have 8 English sides. There will be 8 Spanish sides in Europe.
Yes.
Well, with obviously I think playoff in the Conference League, whatever.
Yeah.
But Osasuna in 9th place can still get it potentially.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so close in the league. Celta Vigo in 7th on 52, Rayo Vallecano 8th, 51, Osasuna, as you said, 9th, 51 points as well. Like, that's going down to the final day of the season, where it could potentially mean Osasuna, who are in 9th, can end up getting Europa League, and Celta Vigo could end up with nothing.
I'm pretty sure Villarreal could also overtake Atletico Madrid on the final game of the season. Technically. Or is
No,
the goal
no,
difference
no,
too much?
no. They are 3 points behind Athletic Club. The goal difference is plus 10.
I mean, Athletic Club could get,
I was going to say I could have
it's
sworn they were
6.
fourth.
It's 6. It's plus 6 goal difference. It's not going to happen.
Smash them.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
or Atletico's
And
gonna
Athletic
lose
Club are
sadly.
playing Barcelona.
Yeah, I
so
know that. Yeah, but they'll be hungover after they just won
True.
Liga.
True, they didn't they? Yeah.
And then they got sprinkled off the pitch.
Yeah, that's so class. I love that because obviously Espanyol and Barcelona despise each other.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've won the La Liga on their rivals' home ground to put the sprinklers on to get them off the pitch quicker.
Fuming.
That's amazing.
As a Barcelona player and fan, though, you must be fuming.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, wouldn't be. Well, the last time it happened, that I can think of was Mourinho, when the sprinklers came onto his pitch. When I think was it when they beat, because he was always a Barcelona person until he was the Real Madrid manager.
Yeah.
And I think it was an El Clasico where they won, and then he put the sprinklers on. Barcelona did. I think that's the last time. It was either that or it was at Inter when they won the Champions League or something like that.
No,
It might have been Inter.
It is class though, but yeah, Espanyol, they could get relegated. Like they are going into the final day of the season 2 points above Leganes, and the bottom 4 teams, they're all playing each other. Espanyol are at home against Las Palmas, who are already relegated, and then Leganes are playing bottom of the table. So you would expect the 2 teams to most likely win, but if someone pulls up an upset, Leganes can still
What's the goal
get
difference?
out. The goal difference, Leganes minus 20, Espanyol minus 13. So Leganes pretty much
They
have to
win
hope.
by 7 goals.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Or
Leganes
win
have to
3,
hope that.
lose by 4. Or
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean, I was speaking to Carlos recently as well. Sevilla was super close.
Mate, they're
They
4
were-
points above the relegation
They
zone.
were lucky. I think Villarreal beat Las Leganes. I think
Yes.
it was, and then, bro, otherwise Sevilla could have been in that.
So close.
mix.
Like even Girona's down there,
Yeah.
41 points. But the crazier thing is, it's like 16th place and 7th is separated by 11 points. Like
That's not much.
it is so they were so close to be getting like European football. If you had a little good run of form, I remember Valencia were in the relegation zone. They're sat 12th now. They're doing great under Carlos Corberán, getting a bunch of wins, but. Yeah, it's a shame that the title didn't go to the final, though.
No.
I was excited about that.
That would have
There's a
been good.
possibility. But
Sevilla fans apparently broke into the Sevilla training ground
Oh my
because
gosh.
of how bad they've been lately.
wow.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I
It
mean, if we
really-
look at their form, it's 1 win in their last. Oh my gosh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think it might even be 11.
My God,
that's terrible.
that's really bad.
it's,
Actually,
it's a fall from grace, and they've tried to rely on youth and loan players this season, Sevilla, but it's just not worked.
No,
no.
And I don't think it's going to get much better.
no.
If they end the season like that and Betis win Conference League, that is a depressing season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tenerife, that's not going to happen, but
but it won't happen. Yeah.
Hopefully.
fingers crossed. But Betis have got, I think, European football anyway.
Yes.
I think
Even
also,
if-
what's his name? Maresca's confirmed that Jorgensen's playing the final
Yeah.
as well. That it will be Jorgensen.
My only worry is if that means like Badashile and stuff are also going to.
No,
Surely
but Chile's
not.
fine, just not Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah.
That guy's fucking useless.
Surely.
You know, to be fair, he scored in the last
he
2
did
rounds.
score, but like
Yeah, but
I would
surely
still have someone else over him.
You've got to play your best 11.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I know that
you have
Jorgensen's
to.
been in the team. It's sort of like when.
I don't mind the Jorgensen decision so much,
Yeah.
but like literally like the best 11's got to be there.
Yeah.
Caicedo's got to be there.
I think I'm
Enzo,
happy
everyone's
I
there.
don't mind starting like Chalobah or Tosin.
Yeah,
one or
that's
the other.
fine.
That's fine.
Right.
Colwell should start both.
I don't mind Achampong starting because I think he was brilliant. I think he's
How many
really
players
good.
do you need? I'm just listening. How many
No, but these are
names?
youth players. Chill out, man.
Yeah,
You
he's
just- we just
our-
mentioned two
yeah,
youth players.
Literally.
Yeah, Tosin wasn't always at Chelsea.
No, I'm talking about Achampong and
Achampong.
Colwell.
Yeah.
And then Rhys James also a youth player.
And Trev,
on the right.
yeah.
Yeah, we spent so much money on them.
Achampong's going to leave. He won't stay at Chelsea probably. I don't think
No,
so.
I
I
think
want him
Achampong's
to.
too good, bro. He's
I want
too
him to.
good. He's actually brilliant.
You really liked him when you.
Yeah, when I watched him play against Djurgården, I think he's
Yeah.
the best player on the pitch. And we were not great either that game, but I think he was really good. He played left back, centre back, centre mid, right back. He played everything, bro.
Centre big.
Yeah, centre back, centre back. Like, it's everywhere, bro. He was immense.
If Wolves starts, then that's concerning.
Ooh, I would love it. Nah,
It's concerning though.
no,
surely.
I would love him to come on because we're winning 3-0
Yeah,
already.
come on, fine.
Yeah.
Don't start a 16-year-old in the Conference League final.
No. You got to play your best team.
Because
like,
Real
I get with
Betis
the
will play
keeper.
their best team.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Of course they will.
100%. They
And they'll
rested,
be up for
they
it.
rested a lot of their players in that last game they lost.
I mean, they've been playing Adrian in La Liga more recently.
Yeah.
So
They lost the
they're
last game
even
now.
resting their main goalkeeper for the Conference League
Yeah,
games.
it's all or nothing for them there.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also all for nothing because
Yes.
we're going to beat them anyway.
Yes, true.
Super
So, yeah.
confident. As you should be.
Champions League final coming up as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who have we got winning that?
Inter Milan.
I think Inter will win as well.
I don't want to predict who I think. I'd rather predict who I want, and I want PSG to win.
You want PSG to win?
I want PSG to
want
win.
PSG to
You
win.
want PSG
a
I want
to
UCL?
PSG to win.
Really?
Really?
No, I want PSG to win. 'cause it's-
Why?
Okay, fine. Club. I get why you might not like them. Fine, but that 11,
Yeah.
love it.
I
It's
get-
fun
I
to
Absolutely
watch.
love it.
Yeah.
I like the team.
You know what would be
I don't
funny
like
as
the
well
club.
because Mbappe leaves Real for UCL
Yeah,
And there's
then
that as well.
he
He'll
wins.
win it. He'll win it at some point though.
Yeah, he will.
And it's also a good testament for teams that you don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, they've,
What,
Well,
for
they have
PSG?
spent money. They have spent money.
So-
yeah.
No, but they haven't- they
João Neves was like how much?
18?
100 something.
18.
He was
Yeah.
not 100.
I think he was
90.
up there.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was
It was a lot.
But then who else have they got that they've?
But they also
a lot
spent
of money
more
on?
on their last team,
Kvaratskhelia.
and
They
it
just
didn't do
bought-
anywhere
yeah,
near as well.
Kvaratskhelia
That's
as
my
well.
point.
there is the front three, or was it Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar?
Yeah.
Was more than their
combined
entire
was more
squad.
than their entire
But the
squad.
fact that but this is the thing, it's like with City as well at the same time. People are never going to like City or want Manchester City to win titles because they've got their success from spending that excessive amount of money,
And also
and
owned by
that's
the
what
state.
and that's what PSG did in the early 2010s with all their money buying, Lavezzi, Cavani, Ibrahimovic, all of these players coming in on these ridiculous wages. Like,
Didn't work.
no, it didn't work in Europe for them. They won the league every year. I mean, they've won it again.
Well,
didn't they,
it might be
this season?
happening again in Ligue 1 with Paris FC coming up. And
Yeah.
they've got very rich owners themselves.
Yeah, of course. I
And
think they're part of Red
have-
Bull.
Yeah,
Very
and
rich.
have you seen the stadiums? They're like literally a street
Yes,
apart.
yeah.
I think it's
That
gonna be
rivalry's gonna be crazy.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
insane. Like the flares in the French
Yeah.
can be crazy.
But we don't talk about that on here, so.
No.
They are nuts.
I just rather Inter win. I just think that they've been to a UCL final before. I think they've got the experience.
Yeah, I think they've also
be
just
there
a
and
more
do it.
complete team, like complete
They're a team.
From
But
top head to
I'd say
toe.
I think
PSG
PSG
are
are
a
more
team.
complete. I think they're more complete.
defensively.
I
think
don't know.
Inter are
They
better.
haven't really got a striker at PSG. I understand that they've been playing Barcelona.
fluid, though. It's
I
all
think,
fluid.
I think as well, like Inter went toe to toe with probably the best team in the competition,
Yeah.
which I think Barcelona
Yeah.
were.
I did
And they
think the
came
team
off
that
on
beats
top.
Barcelona wins the
But
thing.
also PSG beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
And that's
but
one of
that
the best teams in the
that was-
tournament.
Yeah, but it was one of the worst performances
Yeah.
probably of the season.
That's all right.
I never thought
were-
They
we
beat
were 1-0
Liverpool
up
at
after
Anfield.
the
That is
first
a
leg.
great
You
result.
shouldn't have been.
yeah.
You shouldn't have been 1-0 up after the first
no,
leg.
we should have been about 4-1 down, but
Yeah.
Alisson had the game of his
Yeah.
life.
You were expecting that final to be Liverpool-Barcelona
Yes.
Yeah.
at the start, and now
Yeah.
it's the two teams that have beat both of them.
Yes.
So I think they're both worthy
They
of
both
winning.
deserve it.
But to
Yeah.
be fair, I thought PSG were going to beat Liverpool in coming into it. I think Liverpool had been okay in the knockout stages before that.
No, but Liverpool should have
They
beat
won.
PSG. They were the favourites, 100%.
7 out of 8 games.
Yeah.
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 We beat
They got
Bayer
that-
Leverkusen 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Madrid 2-0.
Yeah.
Who was your first knockout game again?
Who was the first one? I think
You
it
might have been favourites
Bologna.
after the group stage,
You only
knockouts.
would have had two.
Not
'cause
knockouts,
you've got
league.
top of the league thing. You wouldn't have had a round of 16.
No. I was on about who we've played in the league.
Ah.
I'm trying to think of who else
Who
we
was your
played.
first knockout game?
think it was-
Before PSG, right?
Before PSG. Because we finished inside the top 8, so we didn't have the
Atalanta.
qualification.
you not finish
yes,
top?
well,
It
that
was
was
Atalanta,
well, that was
right?
in the Europa League, no?
Oh, no, that
That
was
was
year
last
before.
season.
That was last
When
season.
you lost again.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
quick jab in there.
Number 7 is coming soon. Let's hope.
I don't think so.
Well, I think with a couple of our players joining,
I'd say Chelsea
we could be all right.
will win a Champions League before Liverpool do.
Really? Yeah.
Oh.
I don't agree with that.
I do.
No. Really? You don't think?
I think
you
so.
don't
No,
think
I
we're
think you
gonna
win at someone soon, but I think Chelsea will win one before you.
before? Wow.
Clip this for when I'm right.
Yeah. I mean, if you are right, fair play. I don't think you will be.
I do think next season's transition for Liverpool.
Yeah, we rotated our team that day.
I mean, I kind of want to touch on this because it's kind of Europe.
Right.
About Declan Rice getting into the Premier League Team of the Season and Player of the Season nominations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, don't get me wrong. Great against Real Madrid. Scored 2 fantastic free kicks.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the Premier League.
No.
Yeah.
His best performances were in Europe this season.
Yeah. I mean, he has still had a good
Best
season.
games, but he
I will
still had
say
a really
that.
good season. I still think he had a really good season.
But he's not had a better season than Caicedo.
I agree with
Not
that.
had a better
Gravenberch.
season than Gravenberch.
Or
Not had a,
McAllister.
or
Or
Yuri
McAllister.
Tielemans. He's
Yeah.
not had a better.
McAllister,
not had a better
Tonali,
season.
How many
Ubaid.
nominees are there? 8.
Yeah.
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 And he wasn't even, for me, he's not even in the top 4 defensive midfielders in that area of the pitch this
I mean,
season.
Neville and Carragher did their Team of the Seasons and had 6 different midfielders and not one of them was Caicedo.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
That's ridiculous.
Carragher had Lewis Skelly as the left back.
Played 15 games.
Lewis Skelly as the left back.
well, both-
for team of the
15
season.
When you have
But-
Kirkes and Robertson as well,
Yeah.
right in your face.
And Cucurella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cucurella is
Well,
like.
I'll still put Robertson and Kirkes over
And even
Cucurella.
Josko Vardiol, to be fair, I don't think he's had a bad season at all. I think he's been solid.
No, I
And
think,
Guardiola.
I think he's probably been City's player of the season's Vardiol.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even you could look
Like during that
further.
rut, he
you could-
saved their asses
yeah.
a few times.
I mean, you could even look further down the table at other teams who have had better seasons than Lewis Skelly because they've played more matches.
Yeah. That's it.
You should at least be starting at least like 25 games to be getting into
And that's
the team
why
of the
you know
season.
Chelsea's going to beat Forest on Sunday because they both expect Forest to win.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
an interesting game. I'm
But-
looking forward to that.
Back to Europe. I want to talk about Portugal because obviously it is over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It is all done.
Gutting. Really wanted
We
Benfica to do it.
knew Benfica and Braga were playing on the last game of the season. It was a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
But that actually stiffed both of them.
Yep.
Because it meant that Porto got that 3rd spot because they won 3-0 and Benfica won as well against I'm trying to get that off the top of my head but I can't. Vallecano? Yes. Maybe. I don't know. But that meant that Santa Clara
Yeah.
get the last European spot after being in the 2nd division last season.
That is crazy.
That's
what
mental.
an achievement.
That's
Shout out to their manager.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Gone from 2nd division, promoted, and then getting into Europe.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
that is insane.
Fifth in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
top flight of their.
How did did Boavista get relegated in the end?
They did.
Was relegated a while
Yeah.
ago. Ferenc and AVS both lost
Right.
the last game of the season, and so they.
Okay.
Well, Ferenc have the playoff.
I did have a look at how Chavez was going on last week, but they
really
weren't
not good.
no, they
Were
weren't
they?
towards the top 3, 4. They're like
No.
7th or 8th,
Yeah,
I think.
they've not had a good
Yeah,
season.
I wanted them back up next season so we can mention it
every
week.
time, just Chavez. But yeah, that is the Portuguese league done for this season. Sporting 1, Benfica 2nd, Porto 3rd, Braga 4th, and Santa Clara getting that 5th spot to get some European
Wow.
football.
well, a
Nuts.
league that isn't done. Serie A.
Serie A.
Where do I start? You can start in the relegation zones. Still anyone's game really. Venezia, Empoli in 18th, 19th respectively. Monza's already gone, so just forget about them.
Big
Yeah,
one
they've
for
been gone for a
18,
long
yeah.
time. That's why they finished like 10th or 11th last season as well. They just completely
I mean,
fell off.
they've got some decent financial backing too as Monza, so I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on there. 18th, 19th, Empoli, Venezia, 31 points, 29 points. Lecce in 17th, also 31 points. And Parma in 33 points as well in 16th. So anyone's game really there. I think Parma have a more difficult game. They think they play Atalanta. It's not an
Their
easy game,
teams
but
are-
Atalanta can't go any
Yeah.
further and they can't
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
So
It's
they
kind
might
of
be
a
just
void
be on
game for
holiday.
them.
And Parma put up a good fight against Napoli, which I'll get into in a bit later.
That was a great 2 games.
Yes.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what happened there with I thought Inter. Yeah, Inter's the one that cocked up really a lot.
Yeah.
So we
Both
have
were bottling it.
Yeah.
so Napoli, Inter in the title race. Only those two really able to win it. And the last game, Inter draw 2-2 against Lazio. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Inter draw 2-2 against Lazio, and Napoli draw 0-0 against Parma. And
Yeah.
Napoli could have sealed it there, but they've drawn against Parma, who's fighting for relegation right now. So next game, I still think Napoli, the title's in their hands.
It is, yeah.
Like they've got Cagliari, they got to play, and Inter against Como away from home. Como played brilliantly, I think, under Fabregas. 10th place coming up from Serie B is fantastic, I think.
Yeah.
Good young coach.
Yeah.
Or young, but like a
I
pro coach.
remember seeing what we spoke about Val's
Yes.
live stream. Inter bowled it. Inter
They
could
did.
have put
Yeah.
it in
Did you
their
see
own hands.
you
That's
see
what I mean.
Arnautovic in
Yeah.
like the last minute? He sort of just miskicks the ball from about 6 yards out, and I was watching it, and it was the Juventus fan on TikTok. I can't remember what his name is, and he was like, "You're welcome in Turin any time of the week, any day." Really doesn't want Inter to win this title.
Yeah, I mean, for Napoli to draw against Parma, Inter had the chance to then really you know,
And
get that win, and they were winning twice in that game. Although, be it against Lazio, and Lazio are fighting for Europe as well still,
Yeah.
with Bologna and Fiorentina around. But I think it's more likely to be Fiorentina if any of them.
Yeah.
Between Bologna and Fiorentina, that is. But Roma as well impressed me a lot. They could be in the Champions League next season with a big win. Juventus do play Venezia though, but Venezia again fighting for relegation, so it could be anyone really.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but I think Juventus may just pip it.
And what's
Shout
the
out
chance?
Ranieri, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
no.
mean,
What
I
a job
said,
he has
Guy.
done. What a job.
I did say early on in the season they were like in 10th and they brought in Ranieri. I did say there's gonna be like a good just a nice to see Ranieri back. I don't think he's gonna do too much for them, but he's brought them almost into the Champions League now, which is incredible. He's leaving at the end of the season. Who's gonna come in next?
Nuno Espirito Santo has been linked with the Roma job, hasn't he? Yeah.
I saw something about Jurgen Klopp as well, but it's been quickly
it's been dismissed.
Yeah.
immediately.
Klopp is not coming back to club football for a while, I don't think.
It would be sick to see him at Roma though.
Yes.
I think it would be
Yeah.
brilliant.
Did you see the rumour with the Napoli and Juve managers?
Yeah, they're switching, aren't
That
they?
was a
Or
big
something
one.
like that,
No,
yeah.
so it was
Allegri, wasn't it?
Allegri to Napoli and Conte to Juve.
Yeah, apparently.
That was a big one.
Yeah,
that
I
would
saw
be.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. Like,
Why would you do that from Napoli's point of view?
I think it was more probably
No, but it's
Conte.
more like Conte moving to Juventus because I think he's saying he wants the guarantee of signings in the summer, and I think Juve can give that, and Napoli can't.
Yeah.
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 That's always Conte's problem though.
Every time.
He just
First-hand
wants, you know,
experience.
Yeah. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's not sticking around and
Lukaku to Juventus, like in the summer. Then, if that happens, because
potentially you never know.
where's he been now? Napoli, Inter,
Yeah.
Roma.
We've been with Conte Inter as well,
exactly. Like,
and Napoli.
Yeah. So
he's just been everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, even United, Chelsea, Everton.
He's just a snake, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I mean Chelsea fans are not very fond of him, are they? After that interview,
I'm sure most of the
No.
Italian fans are not fond of him when he goes to Rome.
True,
Inter,
true.
Napoli. Like,
I mean,
But
if
I
he's
guess,
playing
like-
for your team though,
yeah, his play for the team is different, but
yeah,
you know what I think? He's trying to be like Zlatan, but he's not pulling it off. Like Zlatan, no one slates him for doing this. Like, he's
Right.
gone for all over the shop.
yeah,
but no one
but
really.
Lukaku kind of tries to portray this really nice guy.
Yeah, he tries to
persona.
portray
Yeah, so
loyalty. to the
that's just
team
like
he's
I'm
at.
God and that's it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
portrays loyalty to the team he's at, but he's not really that loyal.
Hasn't
Like,
he kissed
Ibrahimovic
the
has
badge
never
of
portrayed
every
like
team he's played for?
crazy loyalty.
I'm pretty sure he's
That'd
kissed
be
the
a
badge
great
for
stat,
every
Viz.
Yeah, that's
team
what I
he's
mean.
played for.
I guess Juventus will
I'm
be
gonna
next
chat
then.
GPT this.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Has
they'll just say
Lukaku-
yeah for the sake of it.
I don't know.
Imagine
No.
he gives you like a massive long-winded answer instead of just yes.
Yeah,
I
but
just need to keep talking.
But
whilst
in
I'm doing
this-
this.
in the table,
I know,
though,
yeah,
I said
yeah.
Roma 66 points in 5th place.
Yeah.
I'll start from the bottom actually. Fiorentina 7th place, 62 points. They have a higher goal difference. Lazio 6th place, 65 points. 5th place Roma 66 points, and Juventus in 4th with 67 points. So it's very close.
It's close.
And I think that who has got easiest game between them? Lazio's playing
Who have they got?
Lecce. That's also a relegation
yeah.
battle. Juventus against Venezia, relegation battle team. Torino, Roma. I think it's a team that's not playing for anything.
Yeah, maybe
So
they've
Roma maybe's got the best chance here, and Fiorentina beat Bologna recently against Udinese, who's also not really playing for much. So between Roma and Fiorentina could go up. You never know.
Yeah.
And anything have we covered every league? German
No,
league,
we,
the
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga we kind of covered last
Yeah,
week.
Oh, yeah,
much
true.
done already.
No, so
But
what
I
it's all
wanted to bring
transfers
out-
now.
so
It's all
what I wanted to
transfers
bring
Bundesliga.
up was, do we think Bayer are going to do as well
No chance.
with losing the manager, losing Frimpong, losing Wirtz?
No.
No.
First of all, who do they bring in, and second of all, how do they replace players that they're going to lose?
Yeah.
There's no replacement for Wirtz. No way.
And their system will probably have to change because
System
it's
change.
so unique.
It won't be the same at
No.
all. I think Leipzig will go through a transition as well because they're gonna.
Well, they're not even in Europe.
They've just said as well, Sesko and Xavi Simons both going to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't know where they're going to go either.
No.
Yeah.
I've got the information on Lukaku.
Yes.
He's done it for every club apart from Napoli.
All right.
No, fair enough.
So he's not kissed
Last
the
game
badge
of the season when they
Napoli.
win.
Yeah, he might do it.
Yeah, he might do it at the end
Yeah.
of the season.
He scores
Oh,
a
he
last,
scores,
minute, last
yeah.
minute winner.
Yeah.
So he did it whilst on loan at West Brom as well from Chelsea. He's done it at Everton. He's done
On
it at
loan,
United.
what?
He's done it at Chelsea. He's done it at Inter.
Wow.
I'm not sure about Roma. I'm not sure about Napoli, but
That's bad.
that's poor.
Loves a lot of football clubs.
Yeah.
No, he just loves football.
Yeah. You can look at it that
Yeah.
way.
Just don't kiss the badge.
Yeah, I mean, of that many teams. At the same time, though, clearly he likes the club that he's playing for at the time.
I
But
don't think that's the case.
Feels
No?
like a Jose Mourinho thing, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
like the club he's at is like, that's who I'm supporting
Yeah.
until I leave.
yeah,
True.
pretty much. Yeah, I don't see
Um,
why that wouldn't be the case.
But who do you think they can bring in? Who do you think their new manager's going to be?
Well, we've mentioned Ten Hag already.
Yeah.
It won't be Ten
It won't
Hag.
be
If
Ten
it's
Hag.
Ten
You don't
Hag,
think
they're done.
Yeah.
New manager for them.
For Napoli.
No, for
Bayer
Bayer
Leverkusen.
For Leverkusen.
Yeah, for Leverkusen. Who could they get in?
Thing is,
Bro,
there's always
bring
some
back
random
Joachim-
German
There'll be
manager
some
that will end
random
up being
German manager that'll be
unreal.
Joachim
Yeah.
Low, the ball sack scratcher. No.
Unless they get Oli Glasner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main link,
Glasner
isn't
could
it?
be
But I
one.
don't think he's going to leave Palace. They
Not after winning the
absolutely
FA Cup.
adore him.
In Europe as well.
Yeah. They,
Yeah, but could leave on a high note.
No, I'd stick around if I was him.
I think he backs himself.
Yeah, to be
Yeah.
fair, they're gonna be in Europe as well. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Why
broke the
leave?
league.
Yeah.
Like, that's an amazing
Well, he could
opportunity.
leave. He could lose players as well because he gay he go in.
Yeah, but
But I think
Manchester.
he's more
Yeah,
likely
we
to,
can't
I think he's
Wharton
more,
probably go.
He's more likely to keep
This
players
summer.
though.
where would Wharton go?
Wharton. Well, if say City are desperate for a DM, they'll look for Wharton.
Rodri is back.
There was European clubs that are interested in Wharton.
Yeah, to be
Yeah,
fair.
I mean,
Isn't he not too young still?
No, he's
think-
good
No,
enough.
I
I
think
think
he's-
Wharton's
I don't
more than
think.
good
I
enough.
Yeah.
I'm not overly like. I think he's a talented player, but I think another season at Palace would be.
I think he
beneficial.
could start in almost every team there is.
Not at Chelsea.
I think
No,
if you played
Almost.
as
I said
No
almost, so that's bar like 5-6 teams.
I think in Atletico Madrid he could play well.
So
Yes.
what? So what teams do you think he wouldn't start for then?
He wouldn't start for probably
Arsenal, Chelsea.
Arsenal. No, he could start for Chelsea.
No, he can't.
No, he
No,
can't.
he wouldn't
Caicedo,
start for
Caicedo,
Chelsea.
Wharton.
no,
he's
not
for
even
Enzo-
over-
Enzo-
not-
Enzo
he's not-
Fernandez
he's
is
not
over
over
I
Enzo.
think
And
he could
Lavia.
start. I think he could start over Enzo or Lavia.
No, I don't think
No.
so.
I think he can.
No,
I disagree.
And then
That's a
who,
Spurs
who
man
else?
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Who else would you say?
He could start for City.
Start for City?
He could start for City
Really?
alongside Rodri.
Right. So you think he's better than Kovacic?
Yes,
No.
I
no
do.
Way. No way.
I do think he's
we
better
did,
than
we did this
Kovacic.
combined 11 thing anyway, didn't we, last week?
Wharton is a better player than Kovacic.
No, he's
He
not.
will- I think he will
he's
be.
not.
He is a better
He
player.
can be.
Will be.
He
will
is a
be.
better player.
Bro, he's a
No.
five-time
As soon
Champions
as he
League
goes to a
winner.
bigger
I'm
club,
not having
everyone will go,
this.
okay,
I'm
Wharton's
not
better than
having
Kovacic.
this.
Why not just say it
No.
now? Because he is.
No, he's not.
No.
I don't think
What is
he's
he
gonna
better
be
He's
at
better
than
than
him?
Kovacic.
What's he better at? He's not
He's
better.
a better passer of the ball. We can't say he's not. He's a better passer of the ball.
He's not.
Kovacic, the only thing Kovacic has over Wharton is that he's a better dribbler. That's the only thing I can say
So
about
he's
Kovacic.
not. He's not better at shooting. He's not better going.
Why do you
he's-
need to
he's-
shoot
he's
when you're a
even-
6?
But he's not a 6.
Exactly,
He plays
so I don't-
as more as
Wharton's
an
a
8.
6.
But Rodri's a 6. You're not going to play 2 6s. Doesn't make any sense, does it?
I think Rodri can play more advanced than Wharton as well.
You wouldn't move him further.
He nabs
yeah,
a goal.
he would
Rodri
not.
nabs a goal.
Yeah, but he can do. He does that from 6.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's special about Rodri. He can do
But
it from six.
Walton is talented. But this is why I think he is a little bit overrated.
Fair.
Because you've just said that he can start for Chelsea and he can't.
I think he can.
No.
No,
No way.
I disagree. You can't.
No
pick-
way.
No.
Um,
Even Jake's like, fuck no.
I know it's a dodgy take, but that's how good I think Wharton
He
is.
can start for Spurs for sure.
Why? That's not hard, is it?
let's get back to Europe.
I bet, I bet you guys would love him though. There.
I would
Yeah.
love if we got Wharton. That would be the biggest coup of the season for us. I would love
Your
Wharton.
season started then.
I would be drooling if we got Wharton. I would be
Win
so
Europa
happy.
League and get Wharton.
I'd be over the moon. I'd be over the moon.
It'd be the same competition as Palace, though.
Yeah.
No, it'd be Champions League.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they'd be
true,
champions.
true,
Yeah,
true,
true.
true. But
Um,
it depends if you lose.
So Rafinha and Hansi Flick have both signed new contracts as
Yeah.
well at Barcelona.
Yes.
Do you think we're going to see many incomings at Barcelona this transfer window?
I think.
I'm not sure.
Depends if they got the money.
I don't
I
think
never
they
know
do.
if they have the money or not.
But,
Like,
yeah.
but who do you
No,
actually change?
Barcelona have money.
They've got money now.
They earn over 900 million this year,
Right.
and next year they're guaranteed to earn over $1 billion.
Right.
Well,
So they have money.
Have they paid their debts though?
They have money.
But have they
Okay.
It's
paid
because of
their-
Yamal as well. It's because of
Yeah,
Yamal
yeah.
but
apparently.
have they paid their debts of that money as well?
Yeah, but that on top of that, they'll have money.
Maybe they
with
wait
that,
one more
I'm
season
assuming.
for a striker,
Yeah.
and then they go for Isak.
I think they sign
next
Isak.
summer.
I've said that quite a while.
Yeah.
I think they sign
They
Isak.
should go
I can
for
see
it.
that.
I think
for
also him
Haaland.
not being English factors into him going to Barcelona, because I do think if Isak was English, he probably would stay in the Premier
He's
League.
also already played
Yeah.
in La Liga as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Isak would cook with that Barcelona. Like, he's so techie as well.
I don't know if he'd go. I don't know if he'd go this season though.
No.
Because
No.
Lewandowski's still good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. One
So
more
next
year.
season, yeah.
And even
yeah.
like
That's what I'm asking the question about this.
Newcastle miss
this
out on
transfer
Champions
window.
League though.
Huh?
What did Newcastle miss out on Champions League?
I don't think they will.
Villa win, Chelsea win, Newcastle lose, City win.
But
That's all it
Newcastle
takes.
have got
Newcastle
Everton
play
at home.
Everton at home.
But let's say if they did.
That's-
We're talking on it. We're talking on big ifs here.
Yeah, but then
big
I think there's a chance Isak leaves then.
Right. Maybe.
If a
Maybe,
Barcelona
yeah,
or
maybe.
Who's-
Chelsea or
it's like
I don't think he's. I think
Chelsea or
he's one more
Liverpool
summer.
or Arsenal. or
yeah,
something,
I mean, don't get me
United.
wrong. I like a striker, but I think it's a lot of money as well for a player.
He's
who,
definitely not going Arsenal. That's all I'm going to say.
no.
No.
I think Isak runs down his contract one more year to lower the price, then goes Barca. I think that's the most easiest way.
Yeah.
But who do we think they need to sign? I think it's a 6.
It's a 6.
surely.
Yeah, it must be a 6.
But
But then they got Casado as well come through.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's
Yeah,
coming
they
through.
need-
But
they need-
he's
yeah, they
still-
need- they need someone
when we say that,
alongside
then there's like
Pedri.
Pedri when he came through,
But
he was
he's-
there.
When
and
does
he's always
Rodri-
playing.
Rodri's when does
He's not
Rodri's
six.
contract?
No, but I know.
No,
but I'm,
no,
I'm
I'm
comparing.
saying-
Yeah.
When does Rodri's contract finish?
That's a good
I'm not
question.
sure.
Because they might snip him on a free.
Maybe.
Oh, I doubt it.
Nah.
And also, I think he's probably got another 3 years. I'd assume
He's got time, Rodri.
he
can
must
go-
do because
yeah.
otherwise people would be talking about it way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Well, he has been injured for how long? He was back on the bench. Was he
8
not?
months. He
He
came
got
on
till
came off
2027.
the bench as well.
2027. That's
Yeah.
not. That's not long.
No.
2 more years.
That's not long.
So
yeah.
he's come off the bench.
Rodri and Pedri.
Bro.
Ugh.
I mean, that's the Spanish
That's
national
Spanish-
team anyway.
yeah, that is-
Yeah,
that's
that's the
the
Spanish national.
I can see Rodri going to Barcelona at some point in his
Yeah,
career.
later
Yeah.
on.
If not next season.
It'll be like when his contract
I think
ends, yeah.
if Pep goes, he goes.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Has Kimmich signed a new deal at Bayern?
I think he's going. I
Is he
think he's
leaving?
going.
Well, if he's leaving, there's a potential
I'm
option.
still
Where
like,
would Kimmich go though? I don't know where Kimmich would go.
I'd take
Barcelona?
him at Chelsea, bro.
Go Barca.
He could play inverted fullback at City as well.
yeah. He's a quality enough player.
I'd
so.
take him
Yeah.
at Chelsea, but then we've got like Andre Santos coming back and stuff. But for the experience that he brings to a team, I think he would.
I don't think that's the
class for us.
areas that Chelsea should be looking
No,
at.
that's
though.
the thing.
Like, yeah, you guys are looking pretty set in that position, in all honesty.
Rodrigo's looking like he's definitely out the door for Real Madrid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently
And we've-
Chelsea offered a
I just saw
contract for
Chelsea
Rodrigo.
contacted his team
Yeah.
or something now.
I don't know where he would. Yeah,
He played left wing
Chelsea.
easily.
Yeah.
Left wing
Arsenal.
easily.
Rodrigo's another one where I think he just starts at every club.
Yeah,
he does.
Rodrigo left
Other
wing
than Real
Chelsea
Madrid.
would be
Yeah.
insane. Like
But I think
Estevao,
he's just
right?
fell out.
Does he
Rodri
start
left.
at Barca?
No.
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 No, that's the
No.
only club.
No, he don't.
Yeah.
Does he start at PSG?
Kvaratskhelia and Dembele.
They could even though at Barca they could just shift Rafinha
Yeah.
inside and put
I just
Rodrigo on
want
the
to.
left.
Yeah, I just
Play
want to
him
see
in
him
Olmo's
get a
role.
full season of
Yeah.
minutes because I want to know how good he actually is because he's stepped up
Yeah.
in massive moments, but he's never really. Over the years, he's sort of in and out the team a lot. I want
I
to
think-
see a full season. I want to compare.
I'd
him
be
to the
scared
likes
if
of other
Arsenal
wingers.
signed him as well.
I
I'd be
think
scared.
also his career's been overshadowed by Vinny.
Yeah.
Like if he was at Real Madrid and Vinicius Junior wasn't there, I think he'd be. This is a big take. Better than Vinicius Junior is right now.
Well, I think
With the amount of games he's played.
Rodrigo on the
Because
left
Vinicius
wing
Junior's
as
had
well
At
a
the
is
time,
so
season.
much
his
better.
Ballon d'Or year, Rodrigo wouldn't have done that.
No,
But I don't
I
even
don't
think
know.
that.
I think he'd be better than
But he's been
Rafinha is
playing on the
now
right-hand
because he's
side.
having great
Yeah,
Playing
but
on the right side
Rodrigo's
the
better
whole
on the
time.
left wing. I feel
Yeah.
so much better.
he's
Yeah.
been playing on the right side
If
the
he
whole
joined
time.
Chelsea,
Yeah.
he'll be on the left wing. Estevao
I
on the
don't
right.
disagree. He'll be world class. But Vinicius Junior, like that season was a Ballon d'Or
I
level.
just want to see how well he would do if he comes to the Prem. I'd be excited by the prospect. I'd want to see if he can get a 20-goal season from left wing for an
It'd be
Arsenal or for a
tough,
Chelsea or
20
something
goals.
like that. Yeah, because then if that would be the case, you'd be comparing him to other wingers in the league who have got around that 15-goal mark, and potentially other football clubs.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put him on the pedestal that maybe we're putting him on right now.
Yeah, I mean La Liga is an easier league.
It is true. It is true. But yeah, Rodrigo would be a great signing, I think, for either team. Definitely would upgrade Chelsea's wingers, in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
that
On the
would
left,
be an
definitely.
upgrade
Yeah.
for sure. And then Arsenal, they do need a left.
It
winger.
means you could sign Sancho, bring in Rodrigo, Mudryk, wherever the fuck he is, and that means our left
They're
side
still,
sorted,
I don't think he exists anymore.
They're still waiting on the B sample,
which is mental.
which is I don't know why
It's
it's,
taken
taking
so long. Yeah, it's been such a long
But
time.
with
Makes me think that
Estevao,
something's
bro,
wrong. It's
Estevao
like,
yeah.
coming.
It makes me think that maybe
Like-
it didn't come back positive, and now they're like,
Is he
"Ooh,
already
they-
surfing? Maybe he's
no,
already
that's
surfing
why-
a ban privately.
No,
like,
it could have come back negative, and they're like, "Wait, why? How come it's like changed so quickly?"
Yeah.
And they're trying to
Yeah.
figure out why this could have happened.
Maybe.
they probably want to come out
It
with
could
the
have been like
facts.
the first sample got
Mhm.
mixed up with another sample, and it's not his sample or some shit, and they're trying to figure out what's
Yeah.
happened.
I did.
It could have been just
Yeah.
a cock up from their end.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and they're trying to figure it out.
I did see something about Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Um,
To Barcelona,
58
don't want him.
million.
It's
No,
not-
it's Real Madrid.
Yeah,
It's Real Madrid.
who's
Yeah,
interested
it's not
now,
Barcelona
not Barcelona.
anymore.
But he plays on the left.
Again, this is the
Can't
thing,
see him
isn't
signing
it?
for another
Point.
team in Spain though.
Yeah.
I can.
I,
I can.
no, but I can. No, okay, I take that back. I can see him playing there, but I don't see him starting at anyone that he would sign for.
Which is Barcelona and Real Madrid. 'Cause
Exactly.
and
so
won't
he doesn't start
either
for them.
one.
So
It does not make sense for him to go to Madrid. Doesn't
No.
make sense for him to go to
exactly.
Barcelona.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be outside of Spain.
I feel like Chelsea either get Nico Williams or Rodrigo. One of
I'd
the two.
like that a lot.
I'd
We've
be
got a lot
real
of money to
signing.
spend as well now. So.
Yeah,
Money to spend.
and I want.
Always got
Bro,
money.
I've
yeah.
seen.
When do you guys not spend?
You know,
Apart from when you get a transfer embargo.
I've seen
Yeah.
enough, but I think I've
That's why we got so much
I officially want Osimhen, bro. Like I've seen enough. I've put my foot down. Osimhen's like the one I want now,
I don't like his
I don't-
attitude.
I don't think Osimhen will be
bro.
anywhere near where he was at Napoli.
I think he
just
has
can't
the
see it.
attitude that like fuck you, I want to win attitude, and that's Chelsea, bro. Roman Abramovich instilled that from day one. Fuck you, you're not good enough. Get out. I want a new manager. Bring that in. Win a trophy, and he's done that every single time.
Apparently,
Roman
Galatasaray
Abramovich.
have the money to keep Osimhen though.
They have. They don't have.
Yeah, they have.
I feel like Galatasaray always have money. They just don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there's,
mafia
there's,
money.
there's a lot of rumors coming out that they're going to try to keep him basically.
Yeah.
I mean, Obi Mikel's already whispering sweet dreams in
There was,
Osimhen's
another,
ears.
there was another person who said this recently
What's
about Osimhen being a Chelsea player. Can't remember who it was. It was another, obviously ex-Chelsea player.
yeah.
Came out and said Osimhen fits Chelsea. He should be a Chelsea player.
It's who was it? I know Mikel said it. There was another.
He
one.
does
wasn't-
fit Chelsea.
It wasn't Mikel. It was someone else.
Makelele or something.
It might have been. It
Or
was,
Gallas.
It was someone.
But I think I think he would be a good signing for Chelsea.
He fits. The
He
way
knows where
play as
the
well.
back of the net is. That's
Yeah.
for
He
sure. Like,
also fits-
and that's
But
what
I feel
Chelsea
like
do need.
African players are Chelsea heritage. Like African striker like Drogba.
Yeah.
That's just at Chelsea heritage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Sesko there as well. I just want I want Sesko in the
Sesko, yeah, I
Premier
want
League.
Sesko
I just
to
want
cook
him
as
in the
well.
Premier League.
I
don't
can
care
see
what club.
Sesko as a Tottenham player, to be fair, though.
I'd love it.
Something
He
about
fits
it.
the Kane vibe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Oh
just
no, I
trying to
wouldn't say
see it.
Kane.
No, as in like.
No, like the look of it.
It's not.
Visually, blonde hair and white top on.
Yes. That's, I
I
don't
don't see it,
I
but-
didn't mean like as good as or anywhere near.
No, but like type of player as well. That's
No,
what I was
he is
thinking,
different,
not-
he's
No, I'm
I
not
think
saying
he's
type of.
completely
I'm saying
different.
visually.
He feels like John
just-
Duran to me. That's what he feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The goal he scored the other day was a banger, though.
Sheffield,
Yeah.
yeah.
He'll just smash it wherever he wants.
Yeah, I don't know who we're gonna get as a striker because I'm not seeing too many links anymore to
Just
to
get
actual
Mbeumo and
like,
put him as a striker.
like players. And Mbeumo as a striker.
And then after that, when Salah retired or
Yeah, I
leaves, put
don't
Mbeumo on
know.
the wing, and then
I'd-
you have someone else.
I'd quite like Ekatike.
Yeah, they want 100
Frank-
million.
Nah, I'm not sold on it.
You're not sold on him.
And I watched him score the goal against Spurs while I was in the stadium. It's just, he has, it's maybe similar to Rodrigo, but he has moments, but there's no like, I don't see where the consistency is.
Right. But I'd bring him in and I'd
But-
bring in another striker at Liverpool anyway.
Would you pay 100 million for him though? At Frankfurt,
I wouldn't pay 100 million.
Yeah, Frankfurt
no.
100 million.
Well, if it's
for him.
100 million, then they're not getting 100 million.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
especially not with FSG. Like,
No.
Yeah,
that's
true.
not happening. They are smart with the business of what they do. So, apart from Darwin Núñez.
Yes.
Mm.
Is there anyone else you want to cover in terms of transfers?
Verts, Frimpong.
Verts,
both at Liverpool.
I think you guys have probably.
Yeah,
covered
that's what I'm
that in,
saying.
Yeah.
goals,
Kirkes.
Kirkes as well. Oh,
Kirkes
man, I'm
is
so
happy with
excited,
that.
mate. I'm so excited to see
You
how it
guys
works.
can check those out on yesterday's Gold Show.
Exactly
Yeah.
that.
So thank you very much, guys, for watching the Purple Show. This was our European roundup this week. Check out all of our socials linked down below and the charity match in our Instagram bio, 13th of July at Oxford City Stadium, the M Group Stadium. We've started announcing players. There's some big ones.
Yes.
So keep an eye
There's
out
going to be another one.
today
Oh, well, today, not here.
and yesterday, maybe,
Though. Yeah.
from when this came out.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
more to come.
More to
More
come.
to come.
Lots more to come. So make sure get your tickets for only £5, guys. It's only £5.
Yeah.
And it goes to charity.
And
Exactly.
yes,
You're
charity.
supporting a great cause.
And also go on the Josie Bird Instagram page and you can buy one of our shirts. You can have
Yeah.
a Josie Bird shirt
Or
with
a
the Blue Horse
headliner's
crest
kit.
on or a headliner shirt.
Both look beautiful, not going to lie.
Yeah.
They are.
stunning.
They're stunning. Thank you very much, guys. And we'll see you in a bit.